Why do day traders fail? Why do swing traders fail? Why do investors fail? There's lots of reasons out there, but when you all boil them down, it really centers around what is known as the Dunning-Krueger Effect, which is a pretty well-known psychological concept that I've done videos on before, and I'd encourage you to do more research on it. And in fact, if you want to watch the video that I've done on it before, I'll put a link down below, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now. And I talk about the Dunning-Krueger effect and why it's so dangerous and why it just makes such perfect sense to really anything in life when you're trying to learn something, when you're new to something. And one of the points here, and one of the points of what I want to show in the video, is the attribute of, well, part of the Dunning-Krueger effect is when you don't know what you don't know, part of that is you don't even know what lesson to actually learn. I'll say that again. The general overarching premise of the Dunning-Krueger effect is, hey, when you don't know things, part of not knowing is, well, you don't even know what to know in terms of what is the lesson learned. So if you make a mistake, what lessons should you learn from that mistake? Well, because of the Dunning-Krueger effect, you don't even know what lessons you should learn from the mistake, because you could think that you learn a lesson, but it could be a wrong lesson. And I realize that I'm talking in theory, but this is where I want to turn things to reality and show the Dunning-Krueger effect in motion. So this should be a pretty simple video, but I just want you to be made aware of that. It's not some sort of theoretical concept. It's alive, it's it's very active. I see it all the time. And I just wanted to, choose this one and what kind of made, I need to do another video on this, because this person, I remember, a couple years ago, I was really trying to help him out quite a bit. I spent more time than I probably should have, in the comment section trying to make them see, hey, you got to be careful. And then there's this interaction, but the interaction is not the first part of, I should say, is not really the key part. The key part is, again, what was the lesson learned? What did this person walk away with thinking, you know what? Okay, yeah, this bad situation happened. That was clearly a mistake, but here's what I learned from the mistake. Here's what I'm now doing. And the quote unquote now doing is what really just shows the power of the Dunning-Krueger effect. But I also want to disclose, I realize this is a pretty crazy situation where I'd assume most of you are sitting there saying, well, no kidding, that's not a good decision. I wouldn't even need a mistake in the first place to know that what he's now doing is bad. And that's fair. I realize that. But my point here is, if things can get this crazy, where could they be potentially lying for you? What, are you sure you're as structured? Are you sure that you're as aware as you think you are? Because the Dunning-Krueger effect says you're not. And I'm not trying to use this to somehow sell you something. Now, yes, I offer a class. I'd love for you to, join my course, but that's okay. If I can persuade you to join somebody else's program, if you feel more comfortable with them, then fine, go for it. My core point here is what you're about to see is a result of the whole free education. It's all for free. It's all out there for free, which is true. But because of the Dunning-Krueger effect, when you don't know what you don't know, part of that is you don't even know if what you're learning about is good or bad information. But even if you are learning good information, when those mistakes happen, you're not going to know the exact lesson that you should be learning from that. So let me show you this interaction. So for a little bit of context, I had a video out there that's talking about a member, and the member basically shared his experience. Part of his experience was a blown up account. So that's the background context here. So then this person says, this guy sounds exactly like me. My account is literally $10,000. I blew up my last account. Okay, so very clearly that's a mistake, right? And he doesn't mean it blew up and like, oh man, I was at 5,000, now it's in 50,000. I blew that thing. No, he means like blow up from like down the toilet type of blowing up, right? So we can all agree that is a mistake. Fine, fair enough. And I did say, just like I told you that would, do you remember? Because I tried to help out somebody. So I just wanted them to, hey, you know what? I try to warn you. Hopefully this time you take things a little more seriously. You take what I'm trying to tell you a little bit more seriously. But the point here being that I'm trying to get across is this person has made a mistake. Now, several mistakes, but let's just call it a mistake, which has led to, them blowing up their last account. Okay, so he says, yeah, I remember that you warned me. So this time, okay, so what has been a learn from this, right? They've had a mistake, but this time around, okay, now what's going on? So I decided to build my account around Ethereum. So my account is 90% Ethereum to hold long-term and I'm swing trading growth stocks and alternate coins and using those profits to grow my Ethereum snowball. I told myself, my portfolio blows up again, I am done. Okay. Now, do you see anything that's maybe a little risky, a little wrong? Well, I'm hoping you're saying, well, Clay, 90% of anything, that's not exactly diversification. That is, at the core, going all in. You are all in on something. And if you don't realize this, and this is what I meant beforehand, I realize most of you, I think, know that, hey, going all in on something, going 90% in on something, that's not smart. You want to have some sort of diversification. You don't want to throw your entire account or the vast majority of your account into something. Again, I realize and I hope that most of you are like, no kidding. But think about this. Think about how savage the Dunning-Krueger effect is. After the mistake, apparently, and I don't even know what the lesson learned was. Maybe I should have asked it that. But apparently, somehow, some way, the lesson learned morphed into thinking that it's okay to do 90% of something in your account. Again, I don't know how that connected. I don't know the points A to Z, but that's the whole point, is when you don't know what you don't know, you can take yourself down some crazy, crazy rabbit trails. And here's the kicker. I guarantee you this person doesn't even know that they're on a crazy rabbit trail. They probably think that what they've learned is, no, okay, I see what went wrong. Now I'm going to do this. But that's, again, this person's probably gonna, like, what a hater. You're a hater. You're just jealous, right? They think they got it figured out now. They think they got the right lesson learned. But for somebody like me that has a lot of experience, but even somebody like you that might be a beginner, you don't need a bunch of experience to know that going all in, putting 90% of your account into something is just ridiculous. It's silly. It's gambling. It's not trading. It's, sure, you can say it's investing. It's not investing wisely. But that's apparently where the Dunning-Krueger effect has taken this person. So I get it. And I realize that I can't quite tell you any of this in a genuine manner, meaning you can easily come back at me and say, Clay, the reason why you're saying all this stuff, the reason why you're trying to warn us against free education and the Dunning-Krueger effect is because you sell a product and you now want us to buy your product. And I totally understand that. Everything you said is completely rational, it's completely logical, and it does take away from the credibility of the topic that I'm trying to talk about. And I totally get it. And that's why I understand my credibility on this topic only goes so far, because I do have, I suppose, a conflict of interest. But again, I am not saying the only solution to the Dunning-Krueger effect and free education is structure, because you want structure. And I can offer structure. No, other people can offer structure too. So that's why I say, if you feel more comfortable with them, then fine, go with them. So that's me trying to keep as much credibility as possible and not make this seem like it's a pure sales pitch for my stuff. No. It's a sales pitch for structure. It's a sales pitch for getting yourself out of the random free sea of information that's oftentimes filled with bad information. But even if only you have good information, there's still a lot of things that go into it because of the Dunning-Krueger effect. And in many situations, a mistake and then the lesson learned from that mistake can take you down some crazy places. Again, maybe not this crazy, but if it can get this crazy, imagine how maybe not so crazy it can get. But in trading, it doesn't need to get crazy for you to have headaches and lose money. It takes just a little bit of crazy. Now, this is a lot of crazy, but all it takes is a little bit. And that's why I want you to be aware of it. But yeah, Dunning-Krueger effect, I realize that lots of times you could just see things and like, okay, that's all theoretical, but there is no theory here. This is as crazy as it seems. The lesson learned here was apparently go all in. The lesson here was apparently put 90% of my account into something. I don't know how to explain it. All I know is that the human mind is a bizarre, bizarre place, and the Dunning-Krueger effect does a great job of illustrating that, and in a very commonsensical way if you do go and do more research on it. So I'm not even going to tell you where to find my products at. Okay, I'm trying to build as much credibility as possible for this video, so I won't even tell you where you can find my products because I want you to know that this truly has nothing to do with, hey, buy my products. It has to do with be aware of the Dunning-Krueger effect. It's savage, and when you're not aware, and even if you are aware of it, the Dunning-Krueger effect is going to say, yeah, but you're not as aware of it that you should be, and that's just the savage nature of it. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully you're now aware of it. Like I said, you can go watch the video I did on the Dunning-Krueger effect. You can just go do your own research on it. But seriously, learn about it and treat it very, very seriously, because I see it happen over and over again within the world of trading. and it can lead to some not so good things. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this person, maybe they can recognize who they are if they're watching this. I wish you the best. I hope you start to learn the right lessons from things, because my friend, I can tell you, in this situation, you definitely learned the wrong lesson. But everybody, take care. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And also check out the channel as a whole. I won't ask you to subscribe because I'm not a big fan of people saying, hey, subscribe after you've watching one video. But yeah, check out more videos. And if you like what you're continuing to see at that point, then yes, at that point, I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. Everybody take care. Have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.